Welcome everybody to the Week in Review, episode 216. This is where we go over Raw and Smackdown in a WWE action figure setup style. I'm going to talk about Monday Night Raw first, and then about halfway through the video, we're going to talk about Smackdown. I'm going to talk about Monday Night Raw first, which was a pretty freaking decent show. Action jammed, action packed. I'm going to talk about every match, every moment, every promo, everything. Let you know what I thought about it, and then we are going to jump into Smackdown about halfway through this video. Before we even get started, follow me on Instagram, as well as dropping your rankings and thoughts about Monday Night Raw and Smackdown down in the comments down below. I like reading your comments, y'all. So without further ado, let's jump into Monday Night Raw. We opened up the show with the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, and my God, do I love Seth Rollins as the World Champion, man. He comes out, he's there every week, he's here to fight, he's here to have matches, dude, and that's what he did tonight. Before he had that match, he had a promo at the beginning of the show. Gets interrupted by part of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor to be exact. Obviously, Damian Priest answered the open challenge via Twitter for Seth Rollins, of course, in the main event of this Monday Night Raw, which I will talk about. In this promo, Seth Rollins set out a challenge to Damian Priest. He's like, how about just me and you tonight? No Finn, no Rhea, no Dominic, no Judgment Day. Just me and you, Priest. And Finn Balor's like, yeah, no way, no way. And Priest is like, yep, let's do it. Let's do it. Me and you, Seth, one-on-one tonight. You're going to regret it. I'm going to win that world title. And this did not end up in an all-out brawl. Normally, these beginning promos always end up in all-out brawls. I actually liked it. It's pretty good. Becky Lynch went one-on-one with Sonya Deville in a Money in the Bank ladder match qualifiers match. This match wasn't bad. We did have Chelsea Green on ringside. She tries to, cheat for Sonya Deville and help Sonya Deville win the match, which gets annoying here and there. But that's obviously a heel tactic. About midway through the match, here comes Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark. They come out by the entrance stage, sort of just to distract Becky Lynch, but it doesn't really work out. Becky Lynch is still able to hit the manhandle slam on Sonya Deville to pick up the victory. And I was surprised Starks, I almost said Ricky Starks, Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus did not come down to the ring to try to, take out Becky Lynch. They sort of just stayed up by the entrance ramp and watched her win. I was like, that's odd. But yeah, Becky Lynch is on her way to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Kevin Owens lost his cool backstage when he was approached by Imperium. Dude, I love when Kevin Owens goes off and just starts ranting to these superstars. It's so much fun. He's like, there's a ring out there. We're going to go to that ring and we're going to fight. That's why it's there. Let's go. And then here goes Kevin. He just comes out and then has a match with Gunther one-on-one. This match was fire. I loved this match. It was a lot of fun. We had Sammy on ringside, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser on ringside. I knew Imperium was going to get involved. Here comes Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig. They start brawling with Sammy on ringside. And then Kevin sort of gets involved, but it doesn't become a disqualification because Vinci or Kaiser, they didn't touch Kevin. Kevin touched them. So it wasn't a DQ, but after Kevin got back into the ring, Gunther sort of stacked him up for a pinning combination and then picked up the victory. Which, in a way, it doesn't make Kevin look bad because it was sort of like a 3-on-2 thing going on. So it doesn't really make Kevin look bad, but at the same time, Gunther still won the match, so he did come out on top. But this was still a really good match, and I really enjoyed it. Right after Imperium took a mad dub inside of the ring backstage, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser approached Matt Riddle, who was talking some crap about Gunther, and they're like, how dare you disrespect Gunther? And then Riddle's like, I've had enough of this. Riddle showed an aggressive side, and he just started beating both of them down. I thought it was going to be a 2-on-1 beatdown with Imperium taking out Riddle, but Riddle sent Ludwig over some cases. It started tapping out Giovanni with a freaking ankle lock, and I'm like, oh my God, Riddle, I love this aggressive side. Show this more in the ring. I love it. Johnny Gargano is not to be underestimated. He had a little promo video hyping him up, so they're probably going to be using Gargano a lot here in the next coming weeks on Monday Night Raw, which I'm looking forward to. He may be small, but dude, he's freaking good. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler went up against the debuting Katana Chance and Aiden Carter from NXT. Katana Chance, formerly known as Casey Catanzaro from American Ninja Warrior. I find it really funny how they just changed her name like that. It's weird, man, because I know her real name is Casey Catanzaro. It's just odd. The match wasn't that bad. They didn't squash Katana Chance and Caden Carter. They didn't squash them. No doubt about that. They had some good moves in on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, but in the end, Ronda Rousey was just way too much for both of them, and they retained the women's tag team championships. Like I said, not a bad match, not a squash, so I'm fine with it. It was actually a pretty decent match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Ricochet, one-on-one, two members that are already in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and before they went out to the ring, yeah, they made fun of Bronson Reed because he's not in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He failed to beat Shinsuke Nakamura, and Shinsuke Nakamura broke his undefeated streak, which I didn't even know that until they said it backstage. And they shouldn't have made fun of him, because here comes Bronson Reed to interrupt the match and take out both of them. So then we have no winner. Bronson Reed misses the tsunami splash on Ricochet, which I thought was wild. I'm like, oh my god, did Ricochet just move out of the way? But then the legs caught Ricochet. I was like, what the heck was that tsunami splash? He like missed it, man. Like Ricochet moved out of the way. I'm like, wait a minute, was he supposed to hit him or what's going on here? So this was kind of odd, and I wasn't really the biggest fan of it, I'm not gonna lie. It was an episode of Miz TV with special guest Cody Rhodes. Of course, Miz irks Cody Rhodes, and then here comes Dominic, and then here comes Rhea, and then Dominic sort of can't get a word out because the crowd's booing him so much. And basically, Dominic just disrespects Cody Rhodes by slapping him across the face. Miz disrespected Cody by saying how stupid he was to challenge Brock Lesnar again. So everybody was disrespecting Cody Rhodes. This was wild, man. But the only one that got punched in the face was The Miz. Cody Rhodes knocked him out with his cast. That wasn't bad. As far as this episode of Miz TV, it was okay. I like hearing Dominic get booed by the crowd. I like that. Rhea, not bad. Zoe Stark went one-on-one with Natalya in a Money in the Bank qualifiers match, and I'm not even gonna lie, this match was so freaking lame, bro. I could barely pay attention because I was so bored with this one. In the end, Trish Stratus does a little cheap shot to the back of the knee of Natalya to not allow her to get in the ring while the ref wasn't looking, and then Zoe Stark gets her in the ring, Z360, and picks up the victory on Natalya. Too obvious, that's all I'm gonna say. Natalya's trash, always has been. I mean, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of her. But Zoe Stark looking good, going into Money in the Bank. That garbage Indo-Sheer tag team, they beat up Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander before the bell even rang, so they didn't even get a victory. They just beat them up. Oh yeah, we don't need the victory. We don't need the pinfall to make us look better. Let's just beat up Shelton and Cedric before the match and not get a victory tonight. What is the thought process there with Indo-Sheer? Jinder Mahal, terrible leadership if you told them to do this, and Shelton needs to be treated so much better. Bro's only got a couple years left in this business. I guarantee it. And his time is being squandered. It's like, dude, this is Shelton Benjamin, low-key a legend. He's been in the business like 20 years, the wrestling business. And like, yeah, this is like, what? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Even Cedric's great. He was like one of my favorites in 205 Live. And here they go, just freaking dropping him down. I was like, what's going on? We had the World Heavyweight Championship match in the main event. This is the first time we're seeing a World Heavyweight Championship match in the main event since like 2021, they said. So it's been like 2 years. This was a freaking amazing match. I loved the buckle bomb into the barricade by Seth Rollins to Damian Priest. That was like the most brutal looking maneuver ever, because Damian Priest caught the arms on the top of the barricade and his rear end landed on the floor such with a thud. I was like, holy crap, somebody check on Priest. Seth sends him back in the ring, and then here comes Finn Balor. Finn Balor comes out, and remember in the beginning of the show, Damian Priest said, oh yeah, I don't need Judgment Day, I'll win that title by myself. And I'm like, wait, Priest had Finn Balor come to ringside? No, he didn't. Damian Priest did not tell Finn Balor to come to ringside. Finn Balor's just sort of appeared. Oh, stuff's getting tough for Priest. I better come in here and help out Priest. But Priest looks at him. He's like, wait, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Just like this. And then Seth Rollins takes advantage, hits the curb stomp, and wins the match. And then Finn Balor looks like an idiot on the outside of the ring because he basically made Damian Priest lose. I mean, I had Seth Rollins winning, no doubt, but they made it look like Priest was about to win until Finn Balor freaking interfered. And obviously his intentions were good. He tried to help Priest, but he shouldn't have been out there. Priest said he didn't need anyone. He's going to take care of business by himself. But Seth is still the world champion. And I love this controversy between Judgment Day. I absolutely love it, man. Finally, the group's been so strong and so tight. Finally, a little controversy, and Damian Priest was pissed. Guaranteed. But yes, guys, that was Monday Night Raw on a WWE action figure setup style. You guys could let me know what you guys thought about Monday Night Raw down in the comments down below. In the end, I'm going to give Raw a 3 out of 5. Oh, that was a really fire show. I enjoyed a lot that happened. I didn't enjoy that a lot that happened. I was sort of half and half, but right in the middle, we're going to give it a 3 out of 5. And we are going to jump into Smackdown. There was so much that happened on this episode of Smackdown, it's not even freaking funny. We're going to jump right in, all right? Solid episode. Some mid stuff, some good stuff. We're going to jump right in. Okay, jumping over here, we opened up the show with a promo between Jey Uso, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa. Paul Heyman was trying to persuade Jey Uso in his decision whether he was going to stay with Jimmy or join the Bloodline with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. He was bribing him with a suit and a ride on the private jet of the Tribal Chief and a spot as the next Tribal Chief. What? How are we already trying to give that spot up? Roman Reigns just hit 1,000 days. This just sounds like manipulation to me, bribery by Paul Heyman, and I was not buying it. He also gave Jey Uso a United States Championship match against Austin Theory in the main event. I'm like, this is so sketchy and so sus. What is going on? How is Jey falling for this? He accepted the United States title, but he did not shake the hand of Paul Heyman. He's like, I'll get back to you on that. I was like, ooh, left us hanging. Okay, not bad. Solid way to open up the show. Definitely kept us thinking throughout the entire show, which side is Jey going to jump on, Jimmy or the Tribal Chief? Bunch of Money in the Bank qualifier matches on this episode of SmackDown, 4 in total. The first one was Santos Escobar going up against Mustafa Ali. Funny thing is, Mustafa Ali, I believe, is a Raw superstar. So he's just sort of hanging out over here on SmackDown doing his qualifiers match to face Santos Escobar and lose. Santos Escobar sort of won with like a modified Falcon Arrow off the top rope. It was like a fireman's carry AA into a Falcon Arrow. It was wicked, dude. And he was able to put away Mustafa Ali with that one. Rey Mysterio was on ringside cheering him on. So yeah, Santos Escobar is going to be in the Money in the Bank briefcase match. I'm excited for that. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, the current women's tag team champions, had a run-in with the NXT women's tag team champions, and they talked about a unification match. Ronda and Shayna said, we want a unification match. We want those NXT tag titles as well as these main women's tag titles. And then they brawled, and then the NXT superstars did take the ring. But I do think Ronda and Shayna are going to take the NXT women's tag titles as well, just to get some more ratings over on NXT, which I'm all for. I'm all totally for. I gotta pay my respects to Sheiky, baby. Iron Sheik, man, passing away this past week here. They did a great tribute video on SmackDown for him, highlighting most of his career, how much of a vilified and hated heel he was, and just, man, I still can't believe this man passed away. R.I.P. to the Iron Sheik. What a career, what a legend, what a Hall of Famer, and great promo video here on SmackDown. Second Money in the Bank qualifiers match was for the women's side of things. There was Bayley going one-on-one with Mia Yim. AJ Styles had a little run-in with Scarlett on ringside. She sprayed the Scarlet Fever, a little dust in the eyes of AJ Styles as Karrion Kross did the cross jacket from behind, as Michin lost in the ring from the Rose Plant. I was like, what the heck is going on? So much happened in like 1 minute here. Bayley is going to be in the Money in the Bank women's match, and then Styles gets attacked by Cross, setting up for a match next week, which I am excited for. Hopefully Styles could hit a phenomenal form and pick up the victory there. But yeah, as far as Bayley getting in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, she's gonna lose, guaranteed. I mean, yes, they did announce a mixed gender match between AJ and Michin up against Scarlett and Cross, but like after that, Michin's gotta go. For real, Michin, she can't be in the OC. She's gotta do her own thing, man. She's good, no doubt about it, but she can't be in the OC. It's just way too out of place. It doesn't work. Asuka got presented the brand new, listen to this, Women's Championship. Yep, not SmackDown Women's Championship, Women's Championship. So what I think they're going to do here, that they've presented Asuka with the SmackDown Women's Championship and Asuka's on SmackDown and it's not the SmackDown Women's Championship, I think Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw with the SmackDown Women's Championship is going to get presented with like a undisputed Women's Championship or a Universal Women's Championship, and it's just not going to be called Raw Women's Championship or SmackDown Women's Championship to fix the problem, because Asuka was the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown and Rhea's the SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw, so they have to give them new titles. The new title belt, by the way, looks just like Roman's new belt, just smaller. It's like, why? No detail into these belts. It's just the big WWE logo right on the center. It's like, dude, give us some wings or give us some detail. It's like, it's so lame. But anyways, she gets interrupted by Charlotte right after Adam Pearce promised Bianca Belair a women's championship match against Asuka. Charlotte comes out and demands a championship match against Asuka, and Asuka accepts, ends up in an all-out brawl. Charlotte takes the ring. But yeah, Adam Pearce, he was busy this night too, no doubt. Butch went one-on-one with Happy Corbin, or should I say Baron Corbin, in our last Money in the Bank qualifiers match for this night. Carmelo Hayes was on ringside, the NXT champion, and he is feuding with Baron Corbin very oddly down in NXT, so he poses a little distraction here again for Baron Corbin, allowing Butch to do a little pinning combination to pick up the victory, so Butch will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He ain't gonna win, but he'll definitely do pretty good. It's freaking Pete Dunne. And then Carmelo Hayes and Baron Corbin sort of brawled a little bit on ringside, but nothing crazy. I lied. Another Money in the Bank qualifiers match going on here. It was Io Sky going one-on-one with Shotzi in a Money in the Bank qualifiers match. This match was all right, nothing crazy. Shotzi was able to pick, or Shotzi, should I say, lost. Io Sky obviously took the dub, and I think Io Sky is going to win it all. I got Io Sky winning the women's Money in the Bank contract. I got Io Sky winning as far as right now. As far as the men's one, I can't really predict the men's one right now. If I had to guess early, I'd say LA Knight. Yeah. But for right now with the women's, I'm going to go Io Sky. And yeah, good start. She just took out Shotzi. And obviously our main event was Austin Theory going one-on-one with Jey Uso for the United States Championship. Solid match until the ref got knocked down. And then pretty deadly, it came out of nowhere and just started beating up Jey Uso. I'm like, what the heck's going on? But then I forgot that Austin Theory and Pretty Deadly sort of have a little relationship going on, so that made sense. And then Jimmy ran down, help out his brother Jay as the ref is still knocked down. He looks to do a super kick on Solo after Solo comes out to help Jay, and then he accidentally super kicks Jay, and it's like, oh, just more controversy. And after he did the super kick, Jay got pinned by Austin Theory. So Jay sort of got screwed by Jimmy, but Jimmy was just trying to help. It's just like they're dragging this now. We just need to know which side Jay is going to be on. Obviously, he's going to join Jimmy. There's no way he joins the Tribal Chief. Jay's going to come to his senses, take out the Chief, and join his real brother, Jimmy Uso. I guarantee it. But man, they are making us think. They are making us wait, bro. For real. But yes, guys, that was SmackDown. Obviously, I just said a bunch of words. There was a lot that happened on SmackDown. There was more that I'm not even talking about. They announced a Gauntlet tag team match next week. They announced so much, guys. I just can't fit it all in this one segment here. I talked about the main stuff that happened, so I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. Let me know what you guys thought about the shows down in the comments below. SmackDown and Raw. SmackDown this week, I am going to give a solid 3 out of 5. It was action-packed. I enjoyed it, no doubt about it, and I hope you guys did too. Hope you guys enjoyed the weekend review. Stay tuned next week. Same thing all over again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bretto Live and the Defining Moments 4-pack out.